Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So in other news so far, there's a statement that has been making rounds, which was published by the DEC, that's the Drug Enforcement Commission. Here, just listen to the statement. So it says this is a clarification coming from Ministry of Information and Media, Zambia. So it says, statement for immediate release. Minister Felix Mutati not involved in the drug trafficking case. Government would like to clarify media reports circulating on social media that Technology and Science Minister Felix Mutati has been arrested for drug trafficking related offenses by the Drug Enforcement Commission. The correct position is that the Felix Mutati being referred to in the matter is a different individual bearing similar names with the minister. The nation may be interested to note that Minister is currently away on duty in Northwestern Province. This is a statement that has been published by Tabukawana, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Media, 2nd February 2024. So this is in response to media circulation. I think the Drug Enforcement Commission should clarify, especially where they make a publication with a name that is as famous as Felix Mutati. They should clarify to say this is not in the Minister of Technology, because most of the people are questioning. It's like there's another appointment of a police officer that has been sent, I think, to the United Nations, bearing the name of Vita Now. So people are asking to say, is it the Vita Now that everyone knows? And then later on, just an individual clarified to say it's a police officer that has always been in the system that has been upgraded in that position. So when the similar names of individuals of high portfolio in society are used, there is need to clarify to say it's not that particular individual in reference to. But in other news, Chishimba Kambwili keeps on making news. So in this photo, that's GBM, Edgar Chagalungu with, Given Luwinda and Chishimba Kambwili with Edgar Lungu's bodyguards in the back. This is was taken area 2023. Should have been at the funeral. So Kalemba says, how fugitive Chishimba Kambwili got President Hakainde Hichilema to order his evacuation. So there are two different sides of the story. So there's an audio that has been circulating the past 5 hours today, where it is heard that Chishimba Kambwili is begging President Hakainde Hichilema, because Chishimba and President Hakainde Hichilema have each other's numbers. And if you had seen, even the time that he was going at the president at some point, he would say, I called the president, I told him this, so they communicate. So one of the audios that he sent to the president has surfaced online, where Chishimba Kambwili is heard begging the president for him to allow him to leave the country and go for his medical checkup. He pretty much tabulates his health condition. But I'll read that later on. But there are two different sides of the story. So the UPND side is stating that audio was published earlier before Chishimba Kambwili escaped the country or ran away from Zambia. But the PF is also saying this audio is recent. It has been published, should have been in the last 5 hours, while Chishimba Kambwili is in Zimbabwe and is begging for his passport. So no one knows the truth. So the truth is that no one has dispelled the authenticity of the audio, the 1 minute audio. They are just debating when in the audio was published. So the UPND side is saying the audio was published prior to Chimbakambwe leaving the country, which is the same audio that compelled the president to demand that Minister of Home Affairs and Minister of Health evacuate him to South Africa or India. But the PF are saying it's a recent audio. This has been published. What is in Zimbabwe and is asking for his passport. So this is where you get this caption from Kalemba, where they are saying fugitive Chishimba Kambwili got how he got President Hakainde Hichilema to order his evacuation. And then people in the comment section just respond. This is a lesson to all of us that there is a life beyond politics. Let us learn to live as brothers and sisters. We may not know who will be entrusted with the realms of power tomorrow. So just different people reacting to that. I have always said, this is another individual, Joseph Jr. I have always said, and I will always say it again. His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema is a good man. It is these guys who are a problem for the country. Once he gets better, he will be on the road insulting the president. And then another individual says, so sad, but he ain't helping matters by running away. Let him prioritize his health. So people are saying, let him just come back. But come back to what? That's the question. You're dealing with his life here. He's trying to preserve his life. And then Joseph Segelani says, Kalemba, I think we do not need to spread this conversation. The man is vulnerable and deserves some dignity. He is not well and we wish him a quick recovery. But then again, Kalemba is a media platform. This audio is everywhere, like everywhere. So, I mean, why would they miss on it? They just had to publish it in that case. And then another individual, get well soon, sir. May God's healing hand touch you and for permanent healing. And whenever Kambwili runs, he forgets about his health. I was sure. So you can see the reactions from the public there, different perspectives. This is the area on when he was getting his honorary doctorate. More people reactions. How I wish he is forgiven and given another chance. More people reacting. This man should be taken to prison for playing with Zambian spirits. Different reactions. I feel Chishimba Kambwili needs forgiveness. Let's forgive him. Those are different reactions. What did this man do to Zambians? I'm now behind. So he's asking to say, what did exactly did Chishimba Kambwili do? So this person does not know and wants clarity. Yeah, so those are the different reactions to the publication by Kalemba. And that's Chishimba Kambwili in his house, Michael Sata in the backdrop there, the pictures and stuff. So now this is the side that the same audio now published by the Patriotic Front. So the same 1 minute audio that was published by Kalemba now published by the Patriotic Front with a different caption. So the Patriotic Front says this is the Edgar Lungu camp, because in as much as we have the Patriotic Front, there is the Mao Sampa camp and then the Edgar Lungu camp. So the ones that run the official Patriotic Front page are still the Edgar Lungu camp. So they say, Chishimba Kambwili appeals to President Hakainde Hichilema to release his passport. I am not well. Forgive me for the things I said against you. I do not want to die because of politics. So it's a very touching audio if you listen to it that they published. So in the audio, it says, let me not die because of politics. I'm willing to work with you. I'm not well. My BP is, I know I'll read the statement later on. But yeah, so you can see the Patriotic Fund say this is a recent thing. Chishimba Kambwili appeals for a release of his passport, meaning as he's still on the run, he wants his passport, according to the PF. And then just people reacting to the same post. I cried from a beloved country. In as much as the story could be true, I feel it has been taken advantage of. Get well soon, sir. The country still needs you. So different people reacting to that. His health matter, he appeals politics aside. His health matters. So people are saying, let's put politics aside and let's consider his health in this case. So yeah. And then now these are the details. The same audio, as I said, the other individual was saying Kalemba shouldn't have published it. Now the Zambian watchdog has published the same audio with a different caption, where they even extract what was said. So the Zambian watchdog says, how Chishimba Kambwili duped government. In an audio, Patriotic Front presidential candidate Chishimba Kambwili is heard pleading with President Hakainde Hichilema to allow him to go for medical treatment abroad. In an audio leaked by now fugitive's family, the opposition leader is heard pleading with President Hakainde Hichilema to allow him to go for specialist medical treatment because his blood pressure and sugar levels were constantly high. It is, however, imaged that Kambwili was only trying to find a way or to run away from the country for the crimes and he committed willfully. On Friday, it was reported that Kambwili sneaked out of the country through the Chirundu border instead of presenting himself before immigration officers. Kambwili asked for some unidentified Zimbabwean individual to present his passport. Asked where the owner of the passport was, the Zimbabwean man bolted across the Zimbabwean side together with the opposition leader, leaving behind his passport. So, and then they attach that audio. So in the audio, it simply appears to say, I'm dying here, my brother. I'm sorry for everything that I've done against you, everything I've said against you. Please forgive me. My blood pressure is bad. Let me not die because of politics. I'm willing to work with you. You can sense that the man is not good because the people that had visited him, you could tell their demeanor, like they were concerned for his health. So he was put between a rock and a hard place. And and then another story comes in. Say Kambwili resisted blackmail. So now the current Patriotic Front SG Nakachinda, Raphael Nakachinda, also has his version of the story to say. Let me just read you the statement. Say Chishimba Kambwili was being blackmailed by the UPND and the president. That's according to Raphael Nakachinda. This is a statement that he gave to the Daily Nation, a publication. So this is an extract. The Daily Nation published his statement, Raphael Nakachinda's statement. He says, Kambwili resisted blackmail. Chishimba Kambwili decided to travel to South Africa by road for his medical treatment after government rescinded its decision to evacuate him when he refused to be blackmailed to denounce and scandalize former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu and declare expelled Matero Member of Parliament Mao Sampa as the president of the Patriotic Front. According to Raphael Nakachinda, some UPND high-ranking government and party officials had been to see Mr. Kambwili and other senior Patriotic Front members to validate the purported election by Mao Sampa as president of the Patriotic Front. So Raphael Nakachinda says why Chishimba Kambwili's evacuation was in debate is because the UPND was trying to blackmail him. They wanted him to denounce Edgar Lungu and endorse Mao Sampa as a duly elected president of Patriotic Front, which he refused to do. That's Raphael Nakachinda's side of the story, published in the Daily Nation. And then the news, obviously, just making rounds on social media in different publications. Kambwili escapes from Zambia, dumps passport at Chirundu border. So that's in the news diggers. And then I noticed from the live stream that I did yesterday that you guys were questioning who Chishimba Kambwili's wife is. So this is his wife, and from all that we know, he only has one wife. I saw comments, you guys saying, yeah, this man has 3 wives. No, this man's got a wife there. So you're mixing the two. This is the one that was undressed. So these are some of the comments that you guys published on the previous live stream where I was announcing that Chishimba Kambwili had run away from the country, where you are questioning to say, how many wives does this man have? Some of you are saying he's got 3 wives. And you're mixing the two. And this is the wife that was undressed. No, if you remember the story where at court, his wife and daughter were being dragged. His wife was not the one that was purported to be undressed, as you say. No, it is his daughter. It's just that she's young. That's Chanda Kambwili. she's usually very active on online on Twitter and stuff like that. So that's not the wife that was dragged into that Land Cruiser and almost undressed or undressed, as you say. That was his daughter. His wife wasn't the one that was actually dragged in that vehicle. So when Chishimba Kambwili was convicted at some point, this is during Edgar Lungu's reign, not Hakainde Hichilema's reign. So the daughter is one that was dragged in the car, but she's big and she looks like an adult. She is an adult, but she's not the wife. So you mix the two. This is his official wife, and then that was his daughter. Yeah, she's a big girl in terms of size. So you might mix the two. That wasn't his daughter. So he only has one wife, and that's his wife right there. The lady that works in the UK in the medical field, where he's trying to get his medical attention from. The other individual that was dragged in that particular car was his daughter, not his wife. So that's the clarification. I'm just responding to some of the comments that you guys had posted here where you're saying, this man has got 3 wives and stuff. No. The other ladies that you see around. So these are the girls. This is an odd picture. So one of the girls is the one that was undressed in that particular Land Cruiser video where he was convicted and then she was fighting against the police. So not the wife. So this is when they were young, but now they are grown ladies. So yeah, I hope you understand. Not that he's got 3 wives; those are his children. Yeah, I just needed to clarify that because I saw these are some of the comments. This man has more than 1 wife because one was undressed is another one. So you see that this was published by I can't read that name; it's too small for me to see. But anyway, you get the idea. So these are the girls, and those are his children, not the wife. And the wife is this one. That's the lady, and these are their children. I hope that clarity is clear enough. Well, in other news, Stumbeko Msokotwane says beyond the 2 and 3 years horizon, the situation is going to get is going to be very good. Msokotwane says. So this is the current economic situation in the country. It says, no, just hold your horses, people. It will be better eventually, in as much as we're facing different challenges. What is Edith Nawakwi says, police are with us in this movement to wrestle power from Hakainde Hichilema, who's taking us nowhere. So these are the statements that people get people in trouble. Like, what evidence does she have that which police are working with them? And then when individuals are fired, you start asking to say, no, the UPND government is unfair, the UPND government is persecuting people. Because politicians make such statement forgetting that there are people's lives that are involved. So you would find that whichever police officer will be kind to Nawakwi will be perceived to be the police officer that she was referring to in this particular statement where she says police officers are with us. So this is just a political statement. I doubt there's any ground or any substance to it. Anyway, that's the news and that's the update with the situation with Chishimba Kambwili. I highly doubt he's still in Africa at this point. The fact that the Patriotic Front from Zimbabwe and the Patriotic Front in Zambia, particularly the Patriotic Front that's is on the side of Edgar Chagwa are still in good books with Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa and President Hakainde Hichilema's relationship isn't that solid at this point. Because if you remember, when he appointed Dr. Nevas Mumba to go and be the SADC observer mission leader, he made some couple of statements in Zimbabwe, which did not sit well with the Zimbabweans, because simply disregarding and disputing the election of Mnangagwa to say it wasn't free and fair and stuff like that. And the Zimbabweans didn't take that well. The government did a documentary against what's his name, Dr. Nevas Mumba, and the one guy from this national broadcaster from Zimbabwe came into Zambia, did a documentary, visited individuals. The documentary is on YouTube on their platform. So I doubt if the fact that Chishimba Kambwili has left the country, him getting a document from Zimbabwe, whether be it a diplomatic passport, a Zimbabwean diplomatic passport, I suspect he's already got it. At this point that we're talking, he is most likely to be in the UK. So this debate where the Patriotic Front is trying to say this audio is new, I doubt it. I think the UPND is right. This audio was sent to the president earlier on, whilst he was still in the country, trying to appeal for his release and evacuation. Not that it's been sent now that he's in Zimbabwe. The fact that he entered Zimbabwe, I'm pretty sure he was issued a diplomatic passport there for him to leave that country and head to the UK. So that's the update, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll wait and see. I hope he heals well, and we'll wait and see if he comes back in time, or is he going to wait it out until 2026? That's when he returns to Zambia. I'm sure he's going to make a statement eventually once he stabilizes. The fact that he's left and getting the medical attention that he needs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the news so far. My YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.